Hello everyone, welcome back to Home and Creativity with Monique. Today I'm just going to share with you guys just a few things that I will be doing in my garden bed, and also I'm going to share a crock pot recipe, and I'm also going to be just doing a little bit of preserving some more tomato sauce and diced tomatoes, because I like to use those things for soups and stews and things of that nature. So I use a lot of tomatoes and tomato sauce around this time of the year, because fall and winter time, you know, most people love to do their chilies, their stews and soups around this time. So I'm just going to take you guys on my today's journey of what I will be doing today. So stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so this will be the first garden bed. Then I'm going to start with the fish fertilizer. So if you watch any of my previous garden videos, you'll know that this bed right here is my turnip and mustard green bed, and right on the perimeter I have things planted around the perimeter of that bed. So I have 3 broccoli plants here, and these are 3 Brussels sprout plants. These are 3 collard green plants, and these 3 here are cauliflower, and these 3 here are the red cabbage, and these are my collard greens that I have over here. And I do have a bigger bed with cabbage and collard greens, kale and spinach planted all in one large bed, and I also will be fertilizing that as well. Alright, so this will be the fertilizer that I will be using today, and it's a liquid fish fertilizer. It does stink. I need to grab some gloves before using this, but I don't feel like going back into the house to get the gloves, so I guess I'll just have to wash my hands real good after I use it. Initially what I like to do, I like to just take a couple of capfuls and put it inside of this vinegar jug here. Now of course there's no vinegar in here, just an empty jug that I like to use for fertilizers. I like to mix it with water, and then I'll pour it in my can here. And I think I have to get another can because this part right here kind of messed up on me. So but I'm gonna get this mix and get this fertilizer on the plants. Alright, so to understand how much fertilizer you need, so we right here on this chart, it says here vegetables, bedding, plants, bulbs, and annuals. So I would need about 2 tablespoons per gallon of water, and that 2 tablespoons will cover 25 square feet of soil. Now, to be honest, I don't know how many square feet this is, but I think I'm gonna have to do maybe about 3 or 4 gallons of fertilizer, and that's what I think I'll do. Hopefully about 4 gallons of fertilizer will cover this whole garden bed and the perimeter. So I'm just going to measure out the amount inside of this top here. and pour it inside my jug. So I'm going to do 2 top fulls of this to a gallon of water, and I'm just going to proceed to get this watered. Alright, and also make sure you give this a good shake before using it. Alright, so this is how the fertilizer look, and it does have a stinky smell to it, so I know this might get a little bit on my hands, but you definitely don't want it to get like on your clothes or anything like that, because you're gonna smell stinky. So I'm gonna pour another one. Now sometimes I do about 3 capfuls, but I'm trying to be a little conservative. Alright, so I'm going to put some water in here. Alright, time to fertilize. So I think I'm going to fertilize the perimeter first. Nah, I'm gonna do the garden bed first. Now this may take up to maybe I want to say 2 or 3 gallons, but I'm going to see if I can do maybe 2 gallons on here. Okay, so after fertilizing the gardens, I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to make my diced tomatoes and tomato sauce. I have a total of 12 pounds of Roman tomatoes. These tomatoes were 99 cents a pound at Walmart, and that's the cheapest that I've seen them. So I'm going to do about 8 pounds of these tomatoes to make tomato sauce, and I'm going to do about 4 pounds of these tomatoes to do my diced tomatoes with. So I have some tomatoes in the pot for those to get boiling for my tomato sauce. So while that is cooking, then I'm going to go ahead and cut up my tomatoes for my diced tomatoes. Now that I have my diced tomato mixture ready to be canned, I'm grabbing my mason jars out of my hot water, and I have like a styrofoam cup that I cut the bottom out to use as a funnel. I do have a canning funnel around in my kitchen somewhere, I just couldn't find it, so I decided to use a styrofoam cup. So I also want to mention that before you put your veggies inside of the jar, your tomatoes, that you are supposed to use either some citric acid or some lemon juice for to raise the acidity of the tomatoes for canning. I realized this after I put the tomatoes in the jar, and it was a good thing that I realized this. So what I wound up doing is I just placed the lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, just right on the top, because when these get to processing, the mixture inside the jars will boil. So I went on ahead and I placed my 2 tablespoons per quart size jars. so that I wouldn't forget while I'm placing the tomatoes inside of the jar. So I filled all the jars, and this is important still to make sure that you clean around the rims. You don't want anything to prevent your lids from not sticking properly. So you want to make sure you have the lids of your jars cleaned off really well. So I have those clean, and I'm going to put my lids on, and then I'm going to put these in my stock pot. I don't have a water bath canner as of yet, so you can use like a stock pot that is big enough to hold it. And I have an aluminum pan at the bottom, because you do have to have something at the bottom or the base of your stock pot. So for quart size jars, I let mine process for 45 minutes. And if you are using pint size jars, then you let those process for 35 minutes. Once your water comes to a boil over your jars, that's when you start your timer for processing. While my diced tomatoes are processing, I took my pot of tomatoes off the stove. As you can see, they have cooked down, and I'm going to place these inside of my blender and get all of this blended in. And this includes the whole tomato, the skins, pulp, and everything. But once I get this blended, I am going to place this in a strainer, and that way I can strain out the pulp, seeds, skins, or whatever, you know, that would come out. And this would make a smoother texture tomato sauce for me when I strain this. So I'm just pouring it out in a bowl, and I'm going to pour this into a strainer. I'm just taking my other half of tomatoes in that pot, and I'm going to do the same thing. So while the other half is blending, this is what I explained earlier, that I'm going to take the first half of that mixture, and I'm going to strain it. And this just to remove any seeds and pulp out of that sauce. And this is what you have, a smoother texture sauce with all that removed. So I'm just taking some bell peppers. I took some onions and garlic, and I'm going to blend all of this inside of my sauce. And I love to put these veggies in my sauce because it gives it a natural flavor. And I also will be putting in some Italian herb seasoning inside of my sauce. You can season your sauce however you like it. So this is how I like my sauce. And I also put some canning salt, maybe 2 tablespoons of canning salt in my mixture as well. And I'm going to get these canned up. And I didn't forget first this time to put the lemon juice in first inside of the jars. So I'm just going to get these jars filled up, get these ready to go for processing. And the same thing goes for the diced tomatoes. My quart size jars I processed for 45 minutes, and my pint size jars I processed for 35 minutes. This is the finished product of my tomato sauce and diced tomatoes. So I'm just showing you guys how well that came out, and everything is properly sealed. And I put the names and the date on each lid. So I am going to take these, and I'm just going to store these in my cabinets, or just store these in a nice cool place in your home. And I like the fact of at least canning some things at home. I have some pickles, and I made salsa and jam, and some of these things I have videos on already. I am a new canner, so I'm still learning how to do things, and I want to learn how to do pressure canning. So that's the next thing that I want to do. I'm not a person that will, just can a lot of things for like 10 to 20 years. I'm not that type of canner. But I like to can if it's going to save me a couple of dollars at the grocery store. I can already have it at home, and it's cheaper to make my own things at home that I use. So I'm just showing you guys on the back of the box. If you need like instructions or more help or anything of that nature regarding about canning, if you have the ball mason jars, you can look on the back of your box once you buy those, and it will have like a guide at the back, and it also will provide you with the website as well. Last but not least, I am sharing with you my beef and neck bone soup. This can be made on the stove as well, but I had a lot to do outside and just a lot to do in the house, so I decided to place these in my crock pots. The reason why I'm doing 2 crock pots is that I like to make enough for today and make enough for the next day. So what you see here is some pork neck bones. So I place some neck bones in, and I'm also going to place in my stewed meat, my beef stewed meat. What you see here is some frozen mixture of vegetables, which is I call my seasoning blend. That includes onions, green onions, celery, and bell peppers. So I'm putting in some water in both crock pots, about 4 or 5 cups of water. And I'm going to use my tomato sauce that I made myself, and also some diced tomatoes that I canned as well. After about 3.5 hours, it was time for me to put my veggies in. So I put some baby carrots in both crock pots, and I also put some potatoes in both crock pots, some peas, some green beans, and corn as well. So after I added in all the veggies to the soup, I let this cook for another 2 to 2.5 hours until the potatoes and the carrots are soft and tender. And this has been 2 or more hours since I added in the vegetables. So the soup is done, and it is time to put this in a bowl. I like to eat mine with crackers. Some people like to eat soup with cornbread, but we ate our soup with crackers. This concludes the end of the video. We're just going to take our soup and eat and just chill out for the rest of the day. For all, it is fall and winter is coming soon, so hopefully I will be able to maybe post some more soups and stews recipes on here as well. And I also like to do some baking as well, maybe like some cookies and some desserts. And also fall also puts you in that mode of wanting to preserve things. So I will be having more preserving videos as well. And also I will continue my fall gardening journey as well. Well guys, once again, thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you're not subscribed and you like my content, please consider to subscribe and like the videos. I will see you guys next time. You all have a blessed and great day. God bless.